The new season of UCL Fantasy is here, and in today's video I'll be telling you everything you need to know before playing this year's edition of UCL Fantasy. Before we get into this how to play video, please be sure to like and subscribe. The support does not go unnoticed. I will be posting UCL Fantasy content across the tournament, so if you are interested in that, be sure to stick around. The format in UCL Fantasy is by far my favourite out of any fantasy football games, and let's get straight into this video. We will begin with the basic stuff, picking your squad. You need to pick a 15-man squad with 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders and 3 forwards, so pretty standard stuff here. In UCL Fantasy you have a budget of 100 million and that rises to 105 million after the group stage, or league phase as they now call it. Although there is a limit on how many players you can pick from one club, depending on the stage of the competition. As shown on your screen right now, during the league phase you can only pick a maximum of 3 players per club, knockout phase playoffs 4, round of 16 4, quarterfinals 5, semi-finals 6 and then the final 8. That is all pretty normal stuff that you get in any other big fantasy football game like FPL or Euro Fantasy, World Cup Fantasy. But now we're moving on to my favourite part of this fantasy format, the subs. If you played Global Cup Fantasy or UCL Fantasy in previous years, you'll be very familiar with this. Between game weeks you can make as many subs within your squad as you like, so the aim is to take out low scoring players from your starting 11 and replacing them with someone on your bench who is yet to play. This does mean you have to set aside a lot of money to go towards your bench players. You can't have 4 million value players on your bench like an FPL with Estev and Dubravka. And also you can change your captain to another player from your squad whose team is yet to play yet. So for example, Mbappe to Kane. Moving on to transfers, you get an unlimited number of transfers before the league phase. Then you get 2 free per game week during the league phase. Before the playoffs to get into the knockout stage is unlimited again, and before the second leg in the playoffs you get 2 free transfers. Before the round of 16 unlimited once again, and before the second leg during any round from now on you get 3 free transfers. Before the quarterfinals 5 free transfers, before the semi-finals 5 free transfers once again, and before the final 5 one more time. For every transfer you make beyond your quota of free transfers, you'll have 4 points deducted from your total points. And player prices do alter within the tournament, unlike during Club World Cup Fantasy. In UCL Fantasy there are boosters like in any other game. You get 1 wild card, which I'm sure we are all familiar with, so there's no reason to go into it. And you also get a limitless booster, and that acts as a free hit but with unlimited budget, so you can make as many changes as you want with as much money as you want, but after that game week your team resets back to the previous game week. Before we get into the point scoring system, if you are interested in being in my mini league for UCL Fantasy, you can click the link in the description or the league code is on the screen right now. Okay, now the point scoring system looks like this. Appearance 1 point, 60 minutes on the pitch is 2 points. You get an added point for 60 minutes. This is a bit different. Goal from outside the box 1 point, then assist is 3 points like normal. What is pretty consistent throughout UEFA fantasy games is the recovery points. Every 3 balls recovered equals 1 point. Player of the match award is 3 points, so again a bit different and it's very fun as well. Winning a penalty is 2 points, conceding a penalty is -1 point, missing a penalty is -2, yellow card is -1, red card -3 and own goal is -2. So that is the point scoring system for every single player regardless of position, but goalkeepers get 6 points for scoring a goal, 5 for saving a penalty and 4 for a clean sheet. Every 3 saves is 1 point and every 2 goals conceded is -1 point. For defenders, scoring a goal is 6 points, a clean sheet is 4 points and every 2 goals conceded is -1 point. So very similar to a goalkeeper there. Midfielders only get 5 points for a goal and 1 point for a clean sheet. Then forwards only get 4 points per goal and nothing else for them point scoring wise. If you are curious on how the player of the match points work, at the end of every UCL game, 1 player is given the player of the match award, so it will be a bonus 3 points for the best player in every single game during the UCL tournament. If games do go past the 90 minutes, players will keep scoring points throughout extra time. However, players who play 120 minutes can't get double appearance or clean sheet points. If a game goes to penalties, no points will be scored during the shootout. Now finally, we'll talk about the prizes for doing well in UCL Fantasy this season. Although these are the prizes for previous years, I couldn't find the information for this season, but I'm pretty sure they will be very similar, if not exactly the same. If you finish the group stage, or the league phase as they call it now, as the highest scoring player, you'll win 2 tickets to the UCL final for this season, alongside a PlayStation 5. And if you finish the season on top of the overall leaderboard, you'll win 2 tickets to the UCL final for the following season, again alongside a PlayStation 5. If you finish in second place, you'll win a shirt from a club of your choice participating in the UCL, alongside a copy of FIFA. And if you finish in third place, you'll win an official Champions League ball, alongside a copy of Football Manager. So those are the prizes, and I think I've gone through everything that you really need to know before playing UCL Fantasy this season. Now finally, I'm going to go through and pick my first draft using the autofill feature. We're going to do this to have a look at the player prices, the player ownership, who the most popular players are, and how the system of picking your squad really works. So the autofill button is at the top right here. So as we said earlier, 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders and 3 forwards. These player prices are not the same as you get in FPL. As you can see, Haaland is a little bit less expensive, but I do think that is something to do with the fact you have to pick 15 players that will get loads of minutes, who are guaranteed starters for their team, and who are good players as well, who will get a load of points because of the sub system. If we take a look at the most popular players, Lamine Yamal at 10 million is 52% selected at this moment in time. Hakimi at 45%, he was amazing in UCL Fantasy in the 24-25 season. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain won that tournament, and Hakimi came up with loads of points. Mbappe at 43%, Rafinha at 41%, Vitinha at 34%, Nuno Mendes at 33%, and Raya at 32%. The most expensive players in this year's game are Harry Kane, Mbappe, Salah and Haaland, all at 10.5 million, closely followed by Dembele, Yamal and a few players at the 9.5 million mark. And I think that does conclude today's video. If you have enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. As I said earlier, I will be posting UCL Fantasy content alongside other fantasy football games like EFL Fantasy and FPL across the season. So if you are interested in that, be sure to stick around. Again, my Twitter will be linked in the description, where I do post more fantasy football content, and alongside my Twitter link there'll also be a link to my mini league if you are interested in being in that. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and good luck in creating your first drafts for Game Week 1 in UCL Fantasy.